Monday, we are talking about Intro to Computers. We talked a little bit about the assignment and project. We did the completion, and we really didn't get much done in terms of looking at the internet in the next unit. We talked briefly about that. So this is week 3. This would be day 6. I asked if there were questions on assignment 1. We talked a little bit about project 1. When you do the hottest jobs, somewhere you have to define what we mean by hottest. So, it might be most available, best pay, etc., etc. So when you do this, a couple important things: make sure you check the date when you look that up, then make sure it is an attachment, and then include all the information in the document from the syllabus, your name, the date, etc., etc., etc. Like somebody listed software engineer, but they didn't list the source. Check the date. Alright. We have things we do outside the classroom. For example, the outline, assignments, projects, basically mostly done outside the classroom. Then we have inside the classroom where we work on specific things that deal with those. So, for example, today we talked a little bit about hardware. The other day I had mentioned processors, memory, and storage. And then the operating system communicates with the hardware. So you can think of the operating system wrapping around the hardware. And it does all the communications back and forth with the hardware. For example, when you need to save something to a disk drive, the operating system could figure out how to do that. Then the application communicates with the operating system. That's why when you buy a certain application, it will say that works with Windows. Okay, so that application is going to work with Windows. Or certain applications work on your Apple phone or on your Mac, but they don't work with other devices because they have their own operating systems that communicate to their hardware. On the outside here, we have the most important part, the users. The users typically communicate with an application, but we want to make users more experts so they can communicate all the way through. If that makes sense. Hopefully it will by midterm. Okay, I'll keep moving. We talked a little bit about file storage. I did a short example. I uploaded a file. So I had a file here on the computer, and I uploaded it to the Google Drive. And it was a Word file from Microsoft Word. I talked a little bit about how we communicate with Dropbox too, and we're going to do some demonstrations of those later on. File management, and we also talked about path. We actually looked at the path of where something was stored out there in Google. And that is it.